Hey guys, welcome back to Medical Coding with Blue. Today is Vlogmas Day 13. So if you're brand new to my channel, welcome. I am Blue, I'm a medical coder. This year I am doing the theme of my Vlogmas as motivation and inspiration. Today's topic, the importance of self-reliance. So let's begin. All right, self-reliance, relying only on yourself. When it comes to doing anything as an adult, right? If we are adults that have gone back to school and we have a teacher who is teaching us, but is teaching us in a way that we don't really understand or that we're not really grasping the material, it's really on us as self-reliant people to be able to look for different and alternative ways to learn. Yes, sometimes the instructor is there to help you, but sometimes with the way that people teach is different, and a lot of people have different approaches to teaching, and sometimes instructors are bound by the school and how they're supposed to be able to teach. So if this is the issue with your school in your area, whatever you may be studying, not just medical coding, because these videos are for everybody, but it's really on you to look for alternatives to try to find out this information. Do I think it's difficult to do that sometimes? Yes. There are some things that it would be better if somebody's explaining it to you. But we have this wonderful thing called YouTube that has tons and tons of really informative videos about anything and everything you could have ever wanted to know about on any subject. And so that's a really good place to start. The internet is also a really good place to start. But looking for those self-reliant tools, right, that'll help us to be independent and know how to find the answers is really the key to starting anything, right? And so that is one of the things that you should know. It's something that you should have in your own personal toolbox, right? Also the tips of self-soothing. If you are, say for instance, you've taken a test and you didn't do so well and you feel like maybe you didn't pass, and if that's the case, it is important to rely on yourself to say it's going to be all right. Yes, there's going to be other people that are going to tell you that it's all right, but for you to truly, really believe it, you have to feel it for yourself. You have to know that it's going to be okay. Because other people can tell you, but unless you truly feel it, it's not really going to matter, right? And so that is why it's important. I like to give a lot of encouragement on my channel. That is mainly what I do, because I don't believe in, just dragging people down. I believe in telling people the truth, but I believe that a lot of times what I say should be a supplement to how you think, right? So if you're thinking that, well, maybe I just didn't do well, maybe I shouldn't. And if somebody's telling you, yes, you can, then okay, yes, I can. Because sometimes we need to have that sort of reverse thinking, but really start to believe it in ourselves. So if you really listen to the messages that I put out, think about what I'm saying when I'm telling you guys that yes, you can do things, because a lot of times we will stop ourselves from reaching heights of greatness for anything, like reaching a goal or anything, because we have that sort of self-doubt come in all the time. But if you're relying on yourself, you have to be able to give yourself that push when you need it. And a lot of times, especially as adults, we need to have that for ourselves, because having that skill, being able to do that and giving ourselves that push when we need it is going to help us when we are out in the real world in these jobs or whatever you are planning on doing, running your own business or whatever the case may be. You have to be able to rely on the things that you know that you can do, and you can do them well, and not have them shaken for anything. Because there's going to be times when people will try to shake your confidence, and they will try to come along and say, well, I just don't know. I don't think you can do it. And if you don't have a strong sense of self-reliance, then you might falter, right? So you really want to start to dig in and say, I can rely on myself, and I can trust that I can do what it is that I want to do. So if you have a goal in mind, whatever it is, right? Getting through a program in school, or getting a new job, or buying a house, or buying a car, whatever the case may be, always start each day with the thought process of, I am taking this step towards my goal, even if it's just a little step, because all of those little steps is going to get you a lot further than just sort of relying on others and being like, well, do you think I can do it? Do you think I can do it? Do you think? No, it needs to be, I can do this. And I'm going to do this extra step. I'm going to take 2 hours to study today. I'm going to break it up. I'm going to do 30-minute sections, and I'm going to keep moving forward. And tomorrow I'm going to do another 2 hours, and I'm going to do the same thing again. And I'm going to set myself on a structured schedule, and I'm going to keep going that way, because that's the key right there. People who are the most disciplined have the greater chances of success when it comes to reaching their goals. And that is being self-reliant, because you know you're on a schedule, you know you have what you have to do, it's already laid out for you. If you have somebody with a lot of creativity, you'll see them, they also do have their own version of a schedule, but they still have the discipline to be able to do those things. When you start to really look at what it is that you want, and you've written it out, and you have a plan, and you have it as something that you know that you want, right? You're going to do anything and everything you can to be able to reach that goal. And being, again, self-reliant is going to be really huge in that, because at the end of the day, that's all you can rely on is yourself. Yes, you're going to have your family around you and your friends, and some of them are going to be cheering you on. But believe it or not, sometimes you'll have those people that are around you that will be cheering you on, but not really cheering you on. And they'll be waiting for you to fail. They'll be waiting for you to say, oh, I give up. Well, you see, I knew they couldn't do it. So that's why, and it doesn't matter. I mean, it could be a friend that you've had for many years. And unfortunately, I've experienced that. But it's okay, you know, because I think that even having those experiences makes me stronger, and that's all right. But that's what I've learned in in my years of this past few years, actually. In the last 10 years, that's what I've learned. Is that sometimes people will be cheering for you, or it'll look like they're cheering for you, but they're not really. And so you really do have to learn how to rely on yourself, and to be proud of yourself and give yourself a pat on the back. Like I said a few days ago, to celebrate those wins is really important. But relying on yourself and knowing at the end of the day, you've got your brain and you've got all the skills that you've acquired, and that you can do anything and everything that it is that you set your mind to, right? I will get the word out. But yes, you will be able to do those things. You just have to really set your mind to doing what it is that you want. And when you are experiencing anything of like those lows of like, well, I just don't know. I don't know if I can do this. Those are going to be the times when it's your internal dialogue trying to trick you out of your goals. And it happens because then we start to think, is it really what we're supposed to be doing? I think, I believe at least, that everything happens in life for a reason. You know, there was a reason that I got called that day to go to that class to start to become a medical coder. That I met my I met my career counselor that day to me, and he mentioned being a medical coder to me. I believe that there is a reason for everything. But I think that having a really good self-reliant attitude and being able, that was able to help me to carry through all that time as well, and along with the support of my mom, you know, that really did help me. And, you know, I'm forever grateful for that. I'm forever grateful for my mom, that she helped me through those things and that time, you know. And so she's passed away. If you're brand new to my channel, my mom has passed away, but, you know, she taught me the importance of relying on myself as well, and saying that at the end of the day, you're going to be the one who has to get up and do this. And you're going to be the one at the end of the day that has to go and sit in that chair to take your test. And it's going to be you. It's all on you. It's not me. It's not anybody else. It is literally all on you. So how you perform is how you are, it's going to be a display of all of your skills and everything. So you can do this. And that's what she would tell me. And so it's, I think of those times when I go through anything big and I remember her words, and it's really something that's really helped me to get through those times. But it has made me stronger. And so that is something that you have to do. And, you know, it's going to be all those things wrapped into one. But it really does start with you. And at the end of the day, it's going to end with you too. So you have to really look at those things and be kind to yourself and always be proud of the things that you've done, because you're the one who's doing them, right? And everything will turn out in time. And especially when you put your heart and your soul into it. And that's what it's all about. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Thank you for joining me, and I will see y'all for tomorrow's Vlogmas Day 14. All right. Bye.